Hello, and happy Zamenhof Day to you. Zamenhof Day, it's the birthday of Zamenhof, who created Esperanto, the language, and so on December 15th we celebrate that, usually by doing a book exchange and giving people Esperanto books to read in our local clubs. That's just kind of fun. I would love to see a Zamenhof Day Christmas type movie at some point, like a Home Alone, but more like Esperantist Alone or something like that would be kind of fun. I'll probably have to make it in order to have that exist, but I'd love if someone else did and I could just watch it. You can see behind me the backdrop for the American Good Film Festival is up. I just got this all up in my basement here. To make an announcement video for Esperanto USA's channel, because now you can do collaborations, and if you make a film that is posted somewhere else, you can tie your personal channel to that film, which is really handy, because that's one of the main reasons that I wanted the film festival to exist in the first place, was so that if you're a starting out filmmaker and wants to make Esperanto films, how are people going to find you? You have to do a lot of work and put yourself out there a lot for people to slowly notice you and check your stuff out. Whereas the film festival is a thing that every year people all check out the films to see, ooh, who made a film that's better than mine? Is anyone going to beat my film this year? So everyone's checking out each other's films, and what a great way to say, wow, that actually was a really good film. I really liked the way that person does the filmmaking. Really great dialogue, great acting. I want to see more of their stuff. Okay, great. You found them. Now go find what else they've done. And so it's a really convenient thing that you can just see the film, and it says now, a film by Esperanto USA, and insert the name of your channel here, and you can click on either one to learn more, which is really awesome. So contact me on Telegram if, in case you don't see the announcement over there on Esperanto USA's channel, and let me know if you want that done. I have the access to send the invite links to do that for people, just to delegate. They asked if I could do that, so sure. So I need the name of your channel, the name of the film that you made, and your name as director to verify that that is really you, and then send you a link. You say yes to the link when you're logged in on your YouTube channel, and then poof, that film on Esperanto USA's channel will then list you, which is awesome. But anyway, I wanted to chat a little bit about the film festival while it's on my mind. Trying to tie up loose ends. I just wrote out a bunch of responses in Esperanto for Kasenik, for a Belarusian woman who made a film this year, her first ever film for the film festival. And she had some interview questions about how it got started and why is there a required prop, things like that. So I sent her those responses, and I'm curious to see what her recap video is going to look like. She said she's going to try to get that done by the end of this year. So doing that, the Canadian Esperanto Association also sent me interview questions I need to respond to. I have another interview about the festival on Wednesday. So it's like, man, it just keeps, happening, trying to wrap things up on that. But I had, some thoughts there. We saw a lot of films that used AI this year. I'm curious what your thoughts are on that. Should we allow that? We had comments saying, what's with all this AI slop? Why are we even allowing this? I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's watch the films first and judge them later. Even before the festival got started, some of the board members were saying, shouldn't we just not allow AI use at all? Easy peasy. All is, simple then, right? And I said, well, it's hard to know sometimes when AI is being used. Like the first place winning film last year, Tranquilla Transo, that my friend Tiffany made, I didn't realize this until our premiere, when she came up for a question and answer time. We asked, so who helped you do the grammar checking and with the writing of this? Oh, ChatGPT. Oh, wow, I didn't realize that. I thought that Brandon maybe had helped, and Brandon thought that I had helped her. No, we didn't. She used ChatGPT, and luckily it didn't lead her super far astray grammatically, and it's like, okay, the decent job there of doing that. Well, you used AI to help write your film. Upon finding that out, should someone like you be disqualified? Well, you don't watch that film and go, AI much, right? So it's a little hard to know if you've used it or not. And I haven't sat down to read every last article about AI usage and how it's hurting the planet and taking resources and bad for water and different things. I don't know. I've read a little bit, and I hear from different people about that, and I go, oh, okay. Well, when in doubt, maybe don't use it a bunch. Cool. That's been my approach of, all right, if I'm not using it, I don't have to know everything about it. The day I go, I want to use this thing, all right, then I'll do my due diligence more thoroughly. But I'm curious what your thoughts are. Should it be allowed or should it not be allowed? One of the films that used AI heavily ended up winning a prize, won the Audience Choice Award. La Colibro was the name of that film. And I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, when watching that film that, oh, I don't hate this. This is the best use of AI in a film that I've seen yet, where there's live action, there's like an actual guy filming himself, but then cutting away to an animated sequence, and it felt like, okay, he could have made like crappy sock puppets of I'm a bear, I'm a hummingbird, and done the same story that way, but he did it with AI. Okay, I guess it kind of worked. Yeah, that's fine. I was personally okay with that. I know that some people were like, "What is this? This is all just garbage by default." So I don't know. I don't really have as strong an opinion against it as some people have. I'm open to being swayed to being more thoroughly against it. I will say I default don't like most AI stuff that I see. I think it's like gross and like lame and bad. Just personally taste, not even, oh, I love how it looks, but I have to say I hate it because it's taking jobs away from, actors and designers. No, I personally just think this is a weird look. Like in the Marvel TV show Secret Invasion, they had an all AI generated credit sequence and it looked hideous. It was gross. Miss Marvel credits looked really great, I thought. So like, yeah, I don't care for it in general, but I'm open to being won over by it at times as well. One thought that I had was, well, whoever hosts next year for the festival, they could have you sign a thing or like as part of your submission say, I did not use AI in any visual generating or any of the filmmaking stuff. Outside of translation help, I did not use AI in the making of this film, and like have that be a thing that they sign. And then if they do use it, it's like it's so clear that you used it, man. You're disqualified, kind of thing. Maybe that could be an answer to make it easier to just know, like, are we supposed to go become detectives and figure out if you used AI or if you're just really good at using 3D animation? Yeah. What are your thoughts? Because I thought the one with Zamenhof giving proverbs, in one sense, is like, oh, this is making proverbs come to life in an interesting way. But then the more I watched it, the more I thought, this is kind of creeping me out. Especially the part where the whispering, like, flustro, like loving whispers under a dictatorship are plots to overthrow, and so you're hauled off to jail, even for whispering sweet nothings to your sweetheart. But it showed Zamenhof whispering to a girl and flirting with a girl. Zamenhof he didn't die that long ago. Like, we know what he looks like. There's film footage of him talking. We know what his wife looked like. Is that AI person look like his wife? Or does it look like we've brought this person back from the dead and then had him be in a Lothario with some other woman? It's like having Lincoln flirt with someone who's not Mary Todd. We know what Mary Todd looked like, right? I'm friends with Margaret Zaleski Zamenhof, a descendant of Zamenhof. How does she feel about her ancestor being artificially zombified and brought to life to do this, that, and the other? What else might you make someone do in AI? Something vile and disgusting? Something violent? Well, who knows? So that was weird. That's where that disturbed me and entered like Uncanny Valley territory. Whereas, okay, a generic bear talking to a hummingbird and learning Aesop's fables type lessons, that didn't annoy me or bother me or make me uncomfortable. But when you're doing it with humans, especially actual humans, not even fictional ones, but real humans, and you're making them say and do things and behave in a certain way that they may or may not have done, that is weird to me. But yeah, it's way easier to just say, yeah, no AI. But I don't want to rule everything out and throw the baby out with the bathwater either. And so I don't know. Like Timothy Baranczyk made the one Eva Shatas Trinoin about the girl liking trains. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I thought that was fun. It reminded me of Reading Rainbow when they would do the, tell the stories during an episode of Reading Rainbow. I didn't dislike that. I know some people were like heavily criticizing that, and my default is to say, all right, let the debates begin, engage in discussions. And I don't want to limit someone from saying, well, I think this is bad because it hurts the planet, or I think intrinsically this is a bad idea. Well, here's why it isn't. Well, all right, I don't know. I think that can be healthy in a debate, but it can also be discouraging for the filmmaking team to see people ripping their works apart. So, yeah, it's tough. Is AI so bad to use that it's like punching a Nazi and saying, I'm sorry, you've crossed the line. At this point, if you use AI, then screw you, buddy. Should we be saying that? Or should we be saying, case by case, let's figure out, what the intent is and maybe not be so hasty to be judgy. I don't know. That's what I experienced. That was my interaction and my hot take on it. Other people are far more passionate about this than I am, but perhaps you can weigh in below and let me know your thoughts. And usually people who make more sense do so when they explain themselves, and you can kind of tell when someone's onto something and when someone's really trying to convince you of something, but it's not really a strong argument. You can usually tell pretty quick. So yeah, what do you think? Should there be AI usage in Esperanto films for the film festival? Should, A, and then B, all right, even if we don't allow it in the film festival, should there be other places to use it? I had someone message me this last week and say, hey, I would love for there to be either a website or a contest or some other thing specifically for AI-generated content in and for Esperantists and in Esperanto. What do you think we should do? And I sent him some advice of, well, you can make a channel and use that collaboration feature and say, hey, hear ye, come one, come all. If you've made an AI film, feel free to tag it on this new channel I'm going to make for AI Esperanto Aferoi or something like that. Then it'll pop up there, and then it's a one-stop shop for people to find lots of different channels that have that stuff in one place, but without robbing and saying, you have to send me your film and only I get to post it. No, post it on your channel, but you could be tagged multiple. That was my advice to him. Maybe that's an answer. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you want to see more AI, or do you want to see less of it? Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.
Patrons, thank you so much for your support in making these videos and for helping people explore Esperanto.